Form 10 has to be filed for accumulation of income by trusts registered under Section 12A to claim exemption under Section 11 of the Income Tax Act. Form 10 is filed for the portion of the income not yet applied for the objectives of the trust. The time limit to file the Form 10 is not explicitly given under the law. Hence, this case law provides clarity on the stage of the tax litigation up to which Form 10 can be filed. Continue with the video to know the facts and the legal position. Kindly subscribe this channel and click on bell button to receive new videos in real time. Please click like button for the video. These appeals were admitted for hearing by an order dated 4th September 2012 on the following substantial questions of law. 1. Was the tribunal correct in holding that the sum of 9.8 crores which accrued towards interest on fixed deposits made by the assessee to secure the bank guarantee amount furnished the state of Bihar, does it bear the character of income in the assessee's hands for the relevant years under appeal? Point number 2. Was the tribunal correct in rejecting the claim for accumulation of income on the ground that Form 10 had not been furnished along with the return but was filed during the course of the assessment proceedings? The learned counsel for the appellant took up arguments on the second question first. He submitted that insofar as ITA number 523/2012 is concerned, which pertains to assessment year 2001-2, the Form 10 prescribed under Rule 17 of the Income Tax Rules 1962 was filed only at the stage of the appeal before the tribunal. In respect of the other three appeals, which pertain to assessment years 98-99, 99-2000, 2000-2001, the said Form 10 has been furnished during the course of reassessment proceedings pursuant to proceedings initiated under Section 147 of the Income Tax Act 1961. It is an admitted position in view of several decisions of the courts, including the decision of the Supreme Court in the case of CIT versus Nagpur Hotel Owners Association, that the said Form 10 could be furnished by the assessee up to the stage of completion of the assessment under Section 143 subsection 3 of the said Act. The only point in issue in the present case is whether the Form 10 could be furnished by the assessee for the purposes of Section 11 of the said Act during the reassessment proceedings. The learned counsel for the revenue contended that Form 10 could be produced by the assessee only up to the completion of the original assessment proceedings under Section 143(3). He submitted that the reassessment proceedings are for the benefit of the revenue and the assessee cannot take advantage of the same. Therefore, in the course of reassessment proceedings, the assessee would not be entitled to furnish the said Form 10 to seek the benefit of Section 11 of the said Act. On the other hand, the learned counsel for the assessee or appellant submitted that assessment included reassessment as was evident from Section 2(8) of the said Act. Therefore, whether the assessment was an original assessment or as a part of reassessment, it would not make any difference, and that the assessee would be entitled to file the said Form 10 in either of the two proceedings, and the revenue would have to take the said form that is filed into account. Having considered the arguments advanced by the counsel for the parties on this aspect of the matter, Supreme Court felt that it would be necessary to set out the reasoning adopted by the Supreme Court in Nagpur Hotel Owners Association. The Supreme Court held as under. It is abundantly clear from the wording of subsection 2 of Section 11 that it is mandatory for the person claiming the benefit of Section 11 to intimate to the assessing authority the particulars required under Rule 17 in form number 10 of the rules. If during the assessment proceedings the assessing officer does not have the necessary information, question of excluding such income from assessment does not arise at all. As a matter of fact, this benefit of excluding this particular part of the income from the net of taxation arises from section 11 and is subjected to the conditions specified therewith. Therefore, it is necessary that the assessing authority must have this information at the time he completes the assessment. In the absence of any such information, it will not be possible for the assessing authority to give the assessee the benefit of such exclusion, and once the assessment is so completed, in the opinion of Supreme Court, it would be futile to find fault with the assessing authority for having included such income in the assessable income of the assessee. Therefore, even assuming that there is no valid limitation prescribed under the Act and the rules, even then, in the opinion of Supreme Court, it is reasonable to presume that the intimation required under Section 11 has to be furnished before the assessing authority completes the concerned assessment, because such requirement is mandatory, and without the particulars of this income, the assessing authority cannot entertain the claim of the assessee under Section 11 of the Act. Therefore, compliance with the requirement of the Act will have to be any time before the assessment proceedings. Further, any claim for giving the benefit of Section 11 on the basis of information supplied subsequent to the completion of assessment would mean that the assessment order will have to be reopened. In our opinion, the Act does not contemplate such reopening of the assessment. In the case in hand, it is evident from the records of the case that the respondent did not furnish the required information till after the assessments for the relevant years were completed. In the light of the above, Supreme Court is of the opinion that the stand of the revenue that the High Court erred in answering the first question in favor of the assessee is correct, and Supreme Court reversed that finding and answered the said question in the negative and against the assessee. In view of Supreme Court's answer to the first question, they agree with the counsel that it is not necessary to answer the second question on the facts of the case. On going through the above extract, we find that the Supreme Court observed that it was necessary that the assessing authority must have the information under Form 10 at the time he completes the assessment, and in its absence, it is not possible for the assessing authority to give benefit of such exclusion. Furthermore, once the assessment is so completed, it would be futile to find difficult fault with the assessing authority for having included such income in the assessable income of the assessee. The Supreme Court held categorically that without the particulars of this income as given in Form 10, the assessing authority cannot entertain the claim of the assessee under Section 11 of the Act, and therefore compliance with the requirement of the Act will have to be at any time before the assessment proceedings are completed. The Supreme Court also observed that any claim for giving the benefit of Section 11 on the basis of information supplied subsequent to the completion of assessment would mean that the assessment order will have to be reopened. The Supreme Court noticed that the Act did not contemplate such reopening of the assessment. The learned counsel for the revenue relied on this portion of the finding of the Supreme Court to contend that during reassessment proceedings, the said Form 10 could not be furnished by an assessee. However, we have to keep in mind the fact that while reopening of an assessment cannot be asked for by the assessee on the ground that he had not furnished the Form 10 during the original assessment proceedings, this does not mean that when the revenue reopens the assessment by invoking Section 147 of the said Act, the assessee would be remediless and would be barred from furnishing Form 10 during those assessment proceedings. Consequently, insofar as the second question is concerned, and with regard to appeal numbers 524, 525 and 526 of 2012, the same has to be answered in favor of the assessee and against the revenue. However, with regard to ITA number 523, because the Form 10 was filed only before the tribunal, the question has to be decided in that appeal against the assessee and in favor of the revenue. Thank you for a patient hearing. In order to get more such videos, kindly subscribe this channel and click on bell button to receive new videos in real time. Please like the video in order to encourage to make more such videos.